Yo, what's going on, guys? So I have a job interview tomorrow, which is why I've gone clean. No other reason than that. I'm going to get into the video, however, because I know that's what you're here for. Now, you may have seen the thumbnail in this video. It's basically a picture of some kids. There's a Muslim mother wearing the veil, as well as a couple of other parents. And it says, LGBT people never felt more vulnerable in Birmingham. People, now, if you don't know what this is all about, basically in Birmingham in the UK, there was a big furor because there's a school which is primarily Muslim kids, and they're teaching LGBT and transgender theory. So basically, they're trying to indoctrinate, the whole school, majority Muslim, with theory about anyone who doesn't like having sex with the opposite gender, or likes having sex with more than that. That's basically all LGBT is, where you either think that you're not the sex you were born as, which you are because that's what you are, that's what you were born as. And I'm sorry if there's any trans people watching this that disagree, but that's my opinion, and you're entitled to yours, and I'm entitled to mine. And yeah, it's like, so you're lesbian, you're gay, you're whatever. It's like, so you're not straight. That's all it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to make a big fucking deal about it and have a whole curriculum around it. People who identify as LGBT say they've never felt more vulnerable in Birmingham following protests against same-sex relationship education. Some Muslim parents have been protesting since January, so for 2 months now, against the No Outsiders program at Parkfield Community School in Alum Rock. A West Midlands police officer said the protests did not constitute a hate crime, despite coming very close. And do you know why it didn't constitute a hate crime? Because the people who were protesting are protected by the laws of hate crime. So you can't really accuse those who are protected against hate crimes of a hate crime. Otherwise, all of your intersectional dribble down your chin, all that dribble starts to fall apart. That's exactly what's happening. Everything's starting to fall apart. My God, some of the things I'm seeing in the last couple of days. Some members of the LGBT community were critical of the protests' policing. More than 100 people attended an open meeting on Thursday in Birmingham's gay village, the majority of whom agreed they felt increasingly threatened, anxious, and frightened. So you felt increasingly anxious, threatened, and frightened by Muslim kids not getting taught transgender theory and same-sex relationships. They were never gonna be cool with that, even if they did have to get taught that, right? You know that, right? Like, that's, you don't get to just tell people that they have to learn shit and like it and have them automatically like it just because your feelings want them to. Birmingham LGBT said it had recorded a rise in hate crime, aka a rise in people that disagree with them. However, Inspector Matt Crowley said protests outside Parkfield School did not constitute a crime, despite coming very close to that line. Good on you, Matt Crowley, standing your ground. I respect that. He said policing hadn't been perfect, but the force took hate crime very seriously. Now, just quickly, I'm going to share with you one of the books which is actually being read to a lot of these Muslim kids. Here we go. Mummy, Mama, and Me. Did you really think that shit wasn't going to piss some people off? Because we can't have Mummy, Daddy, and Me, because no, that's transphobic, right? Even though you wouldn't fucking be here if it wasn't for your mummy and your daddy, you dumb shits. For several weeks, parents, mostly of Muslim faith, have been calling up on the school to scrap the program that teaches children about same-sex couples through storybooks. They said, read from AIOST. They said they believed the subject was undermining parental rights and authority and said the lessons were toxic and disgusting. So look, I haven't seen the lessons for myself, so I don't know if they were by definition toxic, which literally means poisonous, and I don't know if they were by definition disgusting, right? But I know that they certainly would have gone against the teachings of Islam, for sure. There's no question in my mind about that. I could be wrong, but in my mind there's no question about it. Prove me wrong if you wish to, right? If you've got some credible evidence to the contrary, I'm happy to listen and keep an open mind. Ann Sawyer and Saima Razak have organized meetings with some of the parents as part of the supporting education of supporting education of equality and diversity in schools, or SEEDS. The only seed that I'm interested in is my nut, which was set up in response to the protests. Ms. Sawyer said, "Hate comes from ignorance, and we've been trying to dispel that ignorance by sharing our lives." It sounds like somebody's a feminist, aren't you, Anne? "Clearly there were bigots, but it's pitting two marginalized communities against each other," Ms. Razak added. Yeah, that's what fucking intersectionality is. So guys, how about all you leftists, all of you people who are, I'm LGBT, right? Not like, you're not a person who just goes, well, I'm gay and that's that, so I'm just going to do my thing, right? So all you people go, oh, look, I'm LGBT. Look at me, fucking me too. I'm LGBT. Have a look at me. Pay me some attention. So you people, as well as all of you Islamists, as well as all of you feminists, as well as all of you people of color who think you don't get special fucking privileges, right? And look, I know that there's some situations, right? Like, especially, okay, over in the US, right? Black dudes, you get a shit deal. I know this, right? I've spoken with some of you. I've seen what happens, right? Because you've, like, in some areas you've got the, the sort of prejudice leaning because of people that are actually doing the wrong thing. But you've then got the added factor of being male, which makes you even more culpable by default, right? So I'm not going to pretend to know what it's like to be an African male, right? A black guy over in the States. It's a fucking shit deal, right? I mean, some people argue that they get the same deal as everyone else. I would say in terms of, like, in some particular areas where there are higher rates of black crime, even though it is a lot of these areas that is largely black on black crime, there are understandably I guess a higher likelihood of police to respond in a defensive manner. Anyway, look, I'm not going to go into that. It's a big discussion, and I love you, my brothers over in the States. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for being here along this journey with me, and I appreciate we bleed the same blood. So, anyway, two marginalized communities against each other. Conversations are just starting. It's going to take many years. You can't have this. Intersectionality doesn't work. Simple as that. Smash the thumbs up, by the way, guys. Smash the thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below and smash the bell like Kate Mulvey smashed the wall. 4 other Birmingham schools have also stopped teaching no outsiders following complaints by parents. Good. The city's Anderson Park Primary School, which does not teach the program, was the scene of a 9th day of protests on Thursday by parents concerned about the teaching of LGBT issues. Action has spread further afield, with parents in Greater Manchester saying they will remove their children from sex and relationship lessons over fears they will be taught about same-sex couples. Well, you better believe that this shit's going to get started. You better believe that people are going to start to teach this stuff under your nose. Right? And they're going to tell the kids that they can't tell their parents about it. They're not going to tell the parents what they're going to do. They're just going to do it. That's the point of indoctrination. Indoctrination doesn't work if the people who are meant to care for the kids that are being indoctrinated actually know about it. Right? Inspector Sarah Tambling told Thursday's meeting police are not the right people to sort this out. There needs to be a partnership. A partnership between the Muslim community and the LGBT community? Come on. Come on. A partnership? Really? Do you think that's going to happen? I don't think it is. I don't think it is for many, many reasons. Riff Magos says feminists and simps need to be monk slapped. Muslims need to be bacon slapped. Riff, you know I love you, brother. I'm not gonna go as far as saying that, but look, people who are not culturally compatible should not come to the West. It's just as simple as that. If you can't assimilate in a way that doesn't require you taking over the culture, then you just shouldn't come here. It's just as simple as that. Go somewhere that aligns more with your own culture. Like, it's pretty fucking simple. That's my view on it. So, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Andrew Moffat, Parkfields. Yeah, so needs to be a partnership. She apologized to the group, the majority of whom raised their hands when she asked whether they felt increasingly vulnerable in Birmingham. Andrew Moffat, Parkfield's school deputy head teacher, who devised the No Outsiders program. Of course you did, you little cuck soy drinking motherfucker. Said the school is now re-engaging with parents and a meeting has been held on Thursday afternoon. No, Andrew! Doesn't need to be a meeting. You just need to pull the program and get with the program. That's what needs to happen. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, guys, I want to know what you think of this. And again, big love to all my brothers over there in the States. Big love to all of my brothers here in Australia. Big love to all my brothers all over the world. I appreciate you all so much. Doesn't matter the color of your skin. Doesn't matter what you believe. Doesn't matter what your lifestyle is. Just be a good dude. Right? Be a good dude. We all bleed the same blood. We're all men. We're all here for each other. And I agree, Yagya Dolly. Homeschooling is the future of education. Anyway, men. And again, thank you to Riff Magos for that $5 donation. I'm out of here. If you want to donate on PayPal, paypal.me/SydneyMGTOW. If you want to follow me on Subscribestar or patreon.com/SydneyMGTOW, subscribestar.com/SydneyMGTOW. I believe there's some issues with signing up on Subscribestar at the moment, so I'm gonna try and fix that up. But yeah, guys, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, bang the bell, comment, share, send this to your friends, especially if you've been having discussions with your friends about these kind of issues. I think it's well overdue to talk about where this is going to end and how it's going to end, and you know how we're going to get rid of all this intersectional bullshit.